Everybody, and welcome to this kid's review of Captain America, Winter of Civil War, and the other guy, the nice guys, which I saw a couple of weeks ago, and I didn't post a video up on both of those movies. So let's talk about both these movies. Let's talk about the more recent one I watched, The Nice Guys, which stars Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling as two guys who just beat people up. One beats people up, one's a detective. He's a really bad detective. He's an alcoholic. The other one's Russell Crowe. I really dug this movie. This movie was really good. This movie's really good. It's well written, well casted, and well acted too. Like, it's been a while since we've seen a movie that's been like trifecta all of those. Like, well acted, well written, and, just something that's like just well made. And that's what this movie is. It's well made. It's basically set in 1977. The plot is basically, apparently a lot of porno movie makers are getting capped, and basically Ryan Gosling's trying to solve this case. He runs into Kurt Russell, who is hired by the goons to make Ryan Gosling's character to stop. Kurt Russell actually hires him, blah 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 blah. Shit gets wild. People are being blown up, thrown off buildings. It's awful. But let's talk about the good things I liked about this movie, and this will be a quick review. I'm not going to try to spoil anything. This movie is a really good throwback to classic movies like Lethal Weapon, Turner and Cash and Tango, excuse me, and Last Boy Scout, and what makes this different from anything else is the fact that it follows that because it doesn't follow the same cliches of those movies. Like, most of those movies are pretty much, that's not a penis, so don't worry. That is a bull. Alright, but most of those movies are pretty much the same thing. Pretty much, two cops not liking each other, but the dynamic between the two is completely different. Like, Riggs and Murtaugh, one's a crazy Vietnam vet, the other one's a Korean, older cop. Last Boy Scout, one was a Secret Service guy, dishonorably discharged for punching a senator in the face for beating on somebody. The other one's a football player. And this one was kind of the same way. Like, these two were different people. Like, Russell Crowe's character was more of a very hands-on, physical kind of guy who would break your fucking nose. And Ryan Gosling was one of those lovable drunk cops, but he also has a backstory too. I will say this though, this movie doesn't take any punches. Like, 13-year-old girls get thrown out of a window. Not a big nut, but just thrown out of a fucking glass window. What else happens? Yeah, there's a lot of funny scenes in this movie, especially at a porn maker's house. There's a party there. Shit's just wild there, let me put it that way. I do like the fact that there's funny moments in this, but also it's a really good it's a very good buddy cop movie that takes place in this time and era. And for the most part, I like the setting, I like the movie, and I like the music. The opening was really great though too. It opens up with a kid trying to steal a porno mag from his dad, and he's looking at it, and it's Miss December. And outside the window, you see him walking, when he's walking towards his home. There is a car being, driving, but it's being reared off, the cliff. And he goes to the house the kid's at. The kid's safe. The kid goes outside to see who got hurt, and it was the same woman he was looking at before. yes, with everything exposed. She dies, and there's a nice scene in it where he takes off his shirt and covers her. And, like, I'd like that. Like, that's something, like, that tells you what this movie's about. Yes, some people are fucking, like, want to see something, but when something's wrong, they kind of, like, have to back up. So, my recommendation for this movie is to go see it. In theaters, if it comes out on DVD, just go see it and support this movie. It's really damn good. Another movie I did saw, speaking about humor and timely pieces, was Captain America: Civil War. And if you didn't know the premise of this movie, it's basically Captain America is still trying to hunt down the remnants of Hydra, which snuck their way into American soil. Yeah, basically shit goes wrong. Honestly, shit, I can't think of it now. Shit goes wrong, people get hurt, 13 people get hurt, and this causes commotion for the whole world to say, register these superheroes, we gotta do something about this. Tony Stark's all for this because he's lost so many people, he's broken, he's tragic, he has no control over his emotions, and, you know, everything, you know, this is a great idea. If you don't know where the origin story comes from of this, it comes from the comics, same kind of principle, but instead of 13 people dying in Africa, it's a school full of grade school children. So yeah. But yeah, Steve's like, nah, I'm not into this registering thing. And basically his friend Bucky returns and he is framed for murder. Shit goes wild. Black Panther wants to kill, Black Panther's father dies. Black Panther is on a bloodlust. And yeah, Civil War. People are fighting each other. In this movie, yeah, I like this movie because, like, it was people fighting each other, and it was kind of a way to show that, like, you know, people who have no control over their emotions will sometimes control others and think for the best, and it's okay. But honestly, I love this movie because I'm only saying this. This movie is really good. This movie is a lot better than Batman v Superman, but I don't think it's a lot better than Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier tackled a lot of issues that, you know, a lot of movies of that caliber would not really tackle. Government conspiracy, force wars. If the Illuminati are watching, I'm sorry, blah, 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 you're gonna come kill me, whatever. You know what? Go fuck yourselves. But I will say this, though, about this movie. It does have one of the brilliant fight scenes. The Russo brothers really know how to make these movies really fun and entertaining. And I love every character in this movie. Chris Hemsworth, excuse me. Chris Evans. When I first heard he was going to be Captain America, I was like, I kind of see him as Johnny Storm. And, like, when he did pull the role off, I'm like, no, I want to see him succeed as Captain America. And I liked this Captain America, even in the first movie. Like, I have disagreed with my friend. He was like, oh, it's too corny and cheesy. And I was like, that's the point of the first movie. The first movie's not supposed to be, you know, heavy and dark and mysterious. It's supposed to be, you know, fun. It's supposed to lure you in. Second movie's supposed to do that. The second movie is supposed to do that. Every good sequel knows how to do that. Resident Evil 2, Silent Hill 2, Saints Row 2, The Dark Knight, Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back. This movie was Return of the Jedi, but I liked it. So far, I liked it, and I like it a little bit better than Dark Knight Rises for third movies. I love the villain in this too. Zemos, he actually had better motivations than most supervillains, and was a little bit more craftier. He was a little bit more dangerous in his own right. I will say this though about this movie is the fact that, yes, that Tony Stark is... Robert Downey, alright, the acting, Chris Evans, really good as Tony Stark. Scarlett Jo, of course, Black Widow, damn good. Everybody else did their part well. Seeing Paul Rudd play Ant-Man in a different movie is kind of interesting too to see. Also, Spider-Man was really good. He wasn't force-fed into this. He was built up to this. And I like the fact that, and I have to agree with a lot of people, Aunt May is starting... I realized that when they brought Aunt May back, she ages backwards. By the time like they're gonna do another Spider-Man movie, she's gonna be in her late 20s. Like, someone has to question this or make this a comic book thing. Like, Aunt May is aging backwards. Like, she's starting to look more hotter. She's starting to look more fit. But she still has like the gray hair. It's like, oh, you're not an old lady. You know, okay. And it makes sense. But anyhow, I will say this though about the... Oh, God, why am I yawning? I will say this though about this movie. It's... Marvel knows how to do these movies well. And I always say that, like, you know, when one bad movie comes out or something, it's like, the chink in the armor. Sometimes they'll just come around and be like, no, fuck you. Like, I get tired of it. You get tired, everybody gets tired of the superhero movies. But, like, to me, it's like what they do with it. Like, same thing with the Westerns. I do feel like superhero movies are gonna die out soon. Like any other genre, it's gonna die out. And you have to find something else to lure people. I say video game movies because there's a lot more you can do with like older video game movie plots. Like, I know it's like, oh, the media is different. Not really. You just gotta adapt it differently. You gotta retell it. It's like the same thing with the, like, I was watching the game theorist about this, and I think he's totally fucking wrong. I mean, you can do it. It's like any adaptation. What's really important to the story, and what is the story really about? Resident Evil. You know, cops trying to solve a mystery, trying to get out of the haunted house situation. Silent Hill, father looking, you know, for his daughter. Well, it's even simpler. Mario. Plumber trying to save a princess. Legend of Zelda. Hero trying to save the world. You see what I did there? It wasn't about saving the princess in that. It's about saving the world. Because Princess Zelda and Princess Peach are two different kind of princesses. Princess Peach is the girly girl. Yes, I'm sorry for people who are like, oh, Princess Peach, she needs to be saved. She needs to start doing things on her own. If you really look at her, she does do things on her own, but like, why does it matter what... Maybe she likes wearing a tiara and a pretty dress and gloves. Maybe that's her fashion choice. Maybe she's girly girl, alright? You ever think about that, feminists? You ever think about some people don't want to wear, you know, black? Maybe some people don't want to wear pink. Maybe some people want to be just girly girls. Some people just want to be, you know, macho men. Some people want to be 50% macho. Some people want to be 60%. You know, feminine. It bugs the shit out of me. We need to stop, you know, this right now. Like, leave people the fuck alone. Alright? Just because some people want to wear pink doesn't mean they're sexist or they're trying to, or they're, it's like, shut up. Not everybody was meant to be a G.I. Joe. That's why we have Barbie. She's totally unrealistic anyhow, so. But Princess Peach, not really a character for women's rights, but definitely a video game female a woman who's just kind of like, I don't know how this got into the discussion of female characters and, movie games, right? Yeah, I mean, everybody talks about Mortal Kombat was the only good one, or like, what's the other? I think Tomb Raider was another good one. Resident Evil, the first movie, was okay. Super Mario Brothers. Yes, I'm counting that one because of the originality of that and just how batshit crazy it is. What else? Oh, sorry. And then you've got what's the last one on my list? Oh, last thing. Overall, yeah, The Nice Guys and Captain America, really damn good movies. Go see them if possible. If you don't have the money, wait. Just go see them. These are definitely watchable. So, yeah, that's my review of it. Nothing special about it. Just go watch these movies. They're really good. Yeah, both, one's more taking it back to a genre. The other one is finishing up with a storyline I think is really damn good. Also, knows how to survive in this world. Like, Marvel definitely knows how to be, on top of everything, in my mind. Because it's like, if you look at, everyone talks about, I'm tired of superhero movies, and then, Captain America comes out, and it's like, people like it, and people are like, oh, there's some good things about this, or, especially the Captain America movies. Like, I'm surprised that, I'm not one of those people who are like, Captain America sucks because he doesn't do this, or Superman sucks because, Batman's better. I always had respect for Batman and Superman, because I was like, Superman's kind of like the daytime guy, and Batman's the nighttime guy. And it's like, I'm tired of people saying, no, even I'm like, no, Batman would die from Superman's hands, he would just kill him. But he doesn't. And they wouldn't, because they're not bad guys. So they're not bad guys, and they're not assholes to each other. They're friends, and they should be friends. And I think that always annoys the shit out of me. Even with, I will talk about my annoyance with DC in just a moment, but until then, I will end this video right here. Till next time, I will see you guys in the next video, and thank you always for watching. So take care, love you, and bye-bye from this kid's production.